It's break time, and these pupils are enjoying a cup of porridge. Uganda has thousands of teaching institutions, majority of which depend on firewood for cooking learners' meals. This has consequently contributed to the worsening deforestation dilemma in the country, with increased pressure on the forests. Deforestation has not only disrupted rainfall patterns, but also contributed to increased climate change effects with destruction of trees, which are critical carbon sinks. However, some few institutions have shifted from the use of biomass, adopting clean energy-saving and eco-friendly technologies for cooking to save the forests. St. Chizito High School in Namugongo is one of the schools that relied on firewood for several years to prepare meals for their learners, as the head teacher Ezekiel Kaziwe shares.
In a term, we had to fill in 7 trucks, between 7 and 10 trucks of charcoal, 10 trucks of firewood. These big lorries, the fusos.
But where was this firewood coming from?
Some getting from as far as the north, some the east, some the west. People used to go as far as Kayunga, Kokonjeru, among others. We used to have suppliers.
Kaziwe says the school chose to go green in its cooking, shifting from firewood to briquettes in 2015. The briquettes used here are made from waste generated from within the school, including food peelings, tree leaves, among other materials, and other waste from outside.
So that it is that waste that we collect around, then we dry, and then after drying, we transform them into briquettes.
We visit the school kitchen, where we find some cooks at work. Aaron Twagira Mungu has been a cook at this school for 12 years.
By the time I got employed here, the school was using firewood. Using firewood required a lot of energy and enough manpower.
He says the shift from firewood has not only reduced on their labor, but improved their working conditions and health.
If one has an allergy, you are safe because the briquettes do not produce smoke.
This is the kitchen of Train Up a Child Nursery and Primary School in Bukerere, Goma Division, Mukono Municipality, another school that has embraced clean cooking. Gertrude Namakula is a cook here and is preparing a meal for the learners. The school head teacher Moses Wambale Kayeni says the school was using firewood to prepare meals for the learners until 2 years ago.
We could use about 5 to 7 trips of firewood every term. And it is when you needed firewood and it was not easy to find dry firewood.
But what really inspired the school to switch to the use of briquettes?
We were spending a lot on firewood. Another thing is with the firewood, you had to reserve space. You needed space to stock the firewood.
Bwambale and Kaziwe share the benefits of using briquettes and how this shift is supporting climate action.
For example, they are smoke-free. We work in a clean environment, and they are cheap because we know the number of briquettes we use per day. It's very easy for us to plan and know how many we shall need in a term. Briquettes have also enabled us to fight the heat that used to be in the kitchen. Even when there is cooking going on, you can never feel any heat in the kitchen.
We are using only 75 kilograms of briquettes. And to quantify in terms of money, 75 kilograms, each kilogram of briquette is sold at 1,000, that is 75,000 shillings. With an institution like this, with a population of 1,167 students, it meant that we are destroying a number of forests. A number of trees could be cut down to provide firewood. But all those trees that initially could be cut down now are saved because we are using briquettes.
They are confident of this one thing.
I believe if government does the sensitization, if people are told the dangers of cutting down trees for firewood and are told about the available alternatives, we can move on.
And if we all resort, as schools and institutions resort to the use of briquettes, it means that a number of trees will be saved.
Benjamin Jumbe, NTV Weekend Edition.